Hello everyone, Zelda here, and we are on day 33 of the Karen Reed Jury Watch Jury Deliberations. I just keep getting nudged because I think there's some real things going on behind the scenes. I have two decks here. We're just going to see what comes out. I have two decks here, and this first deck is called Hidden. And I think there's some hidden thing. I mean, there's not everything is going to be revealed. We're never going to know everything. And I don't want to guess or surmise, but I want to get a good indication. This is a cartomancy, a playing card. Oh, well, that certainly is indicative of some things. But okay, so I want to get some insight from this card and see, because it, as its name professes, it will tell us what is hidden and maybe what we need to know. So the jury is still out. They wanted to go home early today. It's Thursday, June 27th. And I don't think that some of the people were happy about that. But I want to point this card out. This is the Temperance card. Now, this is the Zodiac Significator card for Officer John O'Keefe. It is a Sagittarius. John O'Keefe was born December 8th. The year doesn't make a difference, but December 8th, that makes him a Sagittarius. I do not know the birthday. I've tried to find out, but it's okay. I did not find out when Karen Reed's birthday is. So in this particular deck, if the Temperance card shows up, we're going to know that we're being pushed directly to some type of a message or indication from John O'Keefe. So I'm going to put this aside. Now, I have shuffled both decks very, very, very well before I even started this video, because I think it's very important that we start off as a blank slate with as much energy in the cards, spirits, guides, and angels put there. All right, here we go. We're just wanting some insight. We're wanting some insight. And by the way, before we go further, I do want to say that, as a disclaimer, this is for entertainment purposes. In my opinion, I will be giving the indication of what the cards say. In no way is that fact or can be used as evidence in a court of law. This is just for us to look and see if we can have some insight. So, we're going to get started and see what happens. While I'm laying out the cards, please do me a favor. Like, share, and subscribe this message. Won't you do that? Okay, here we go. Wow, that's a start already. That is the Four of Cups, the Six of Cups, the Ace of Swords, and I'll explain these. The Page of Swords. Interesting. Okay, I'm gonna put these out here just like this. Okay, cutting again. Lots of cups. That is the Seven of Cups, the Magician card. I'll point out significators. Oh boy, that's the Nine of Cups. We'll talk about that when it comes. The Knight of Swords, the Chariot card. Last card out, the Death card. Okay, let's break this down. I'm going to cut one more time and we're going to see what's on the bottom of the deck. And it's the Emperor. Isn't that amazing? Because this is a significator card for the judge, in my opinion. Yeah, we're going to just leave it at that. I'm going to put that to the side. So the judge is overlooking everything. So let's break it down and see what's going on. First of all, this Four of Cups. They've been given some direction. This is a decision card, the jury card. There's been some direction, even though there was a little confusion, my understanding, but they've been given some direction. And this, as you can see, a very hard decision to make. Yeah, can you imagine being in any one of those shoes? And here we go. We saw this card The last time we did Karen Reed's Guilty or Not Guilty. And once again, cups, emotions. Now, I want you to know about the cup suit. It's all emotions and extremely emotional. This is trying to just make some sense of, make new memories, caught in the memories. But you see, there's that person in the background walking away. And here is that face and the hair of this little girl that basically, I'm sorry, if you didn't see that, maybe you were focusing. I'm just going to leave it there for a second so you can grab a look at that. There's definitely some hidden things and some things going on behind the scenes. Obviously, that's why we have this deck here. So, with that being said, the Ace of Swords. Now, this is a timing card, and I believe that we will be getting communication tomorrow, Friday, and I believe that it's a good possibility that we will get it before noon, Eastern Standard Time, before lunch, if not right after lunch, depending upon what the judge wants to do. I'm going to say that. Remember, the swords cut both ways. This is communication coming through, a benevolent hand bringing forth the information that is needed. Now, I'm going to say by this layout, I believe that the jury has already made up their minds and they already know what they're going to do. Some people say, well, this has been a long time. And I mean, how many hours are we now? 20 hours, something like that. I don't know. We're between 13 and 20 hours of deliberation. I've lost count. I believe it's more than 13. The reality is, the school of thought is the longer that it takes for a verdict, the higher the chance for a not guilty. If I would be very concerned. Most people are like, oh yeah, this is cut and dried. They're going to come back and say not guilty. I breathed a sigh of relief when that did not happen. I have confidence in this jury that they're seeing all the facts based on what this card holds. Now, this card, the Seven of Cups, this card is about, and how appropriate under this 4, this card is about making all the decisions. And the reason this person has voided out is because it's not about this person. It's not about the jury. It's about the choices of the facts that they have. And they know that there's some different things in underlying the evidence that they have. They are careful. This card means you're just being careful. You're weighing all the facts. Here's the reason why. You see, this cup right here I have my finger on, well, that's kind of a pretty wreath there. But when you move your finger, look what's on the cup. That's not so pretty. And I think that they have a very good indication. And here, this Magician card, they know that the fate of someone else and families are in their hands. And they're being very good at manifesting the true and right answer. And what is the true and right answer? I believe that, yes, she will be innocent of the murder charges. Now, I don't know. I think the reason they're deliberating is because will they give her something that has to do with a DUI, or they call it something else there in Mass, but operating under an influence. I think there's something going on, but I do know they're going to be okay. This Page of Swords, I'm not skipping over him. He is the Prince of Breezes is his nickname. And this is a rarity for me to see this. The Knight of Swords and the Page. The Page basically says, we've got communication coming. And you see how this sword goes off the frame of the card. It means that, well, they're not quite done yet, but it is coming. And this is going to cause it's going to cause an upset any way they do it. it's going to cause an outrage by one side or the other. They are prepared. But this knight will put things in action. His nickname is the Lord of Breezes, of air and breezes, because there's a lot of movement in these cards. But it's communication. And it's telling us that communication is coming and it's right around the corner. And it's just going to come in blasting. You see the movement. This is the card in the tarot that has the most movement by this knight. The Chariot card. This is the zodiac sign for Cancer as well. So I don't know if Karen is a Cancer or somebody on the team is a Cancer, but I'm also going to say that there's obviously a split decision here that we're seeing. Now, it could be a hung jury. Now, that could mean this is a hung jury, so keep in mind. The other thing that I'm seeing is, because this card came up in her last reading, I do believe that they are all making arrangements to move away from the area, and appropriately so. She's not done yet, and that is very also indicative in this card reading. This Yes card. Now, I call it the Yes card. It's the Nine of Cups. It means your heart's desire, the yes, the good, the wish fulfilled, the manifesting of good news. And that's also, this Magician card is a manifesting card. So there's a lot going on. Now, the last reading we had, there was a lot of money involved. And I honestly know that her defense team is, well, not cheap. But look at the defense she's been getting. It makes you have to sit and ponder the evidence. That's what it's all about. This Death card, I'm going to hold my finger over this because it doesn't mean a physical death. But what it means is a transformation, putting things behind. You see, these are the gates of heaven. Metaphorically speaking, moving on. This shows two things. There is a person here who's a king and whose crown is laying beside him. That's to show us that no one is above anything. No one is above the law. No one is above death. But also, this bishop standing here and facing this Grim Reaper is showing that he's facing the music, facing the fact, facing what could be a demise. He's facing it. There are two children here also. Also, one is facing what's coming and the other one can't bear to face it. One thing about this Death card, I want you to know that, yes, he is a Mr. Skeleton, but he's not riding in. I mean, look, he's not riding in with a sword and looking like he's going to just collect souls. This is a card of harvest. So what he's telling you is this is a transformation. It's about to happen. And they're going to be putting all this behind them. And yes, that's what's going on. I'm a little disappointed I didn't see the Temperance card because I wanted to see what was going on in that. But we'll do some more readings because I would like to know what the true cause of Officer O'Keefe passing away. Now, here we are with this deck, the hidden deck. We're going to lay out some cards. We're going to find out what's going on. Okay, there we are. Let's misread. Well, that's a summer timing card. And with these cards, it's just basically saying that this has been a hard way to go. This is Officer O'Keefe. Isn't that funny how they've both shown up together? Summer timing card. But there's also definitely some things about the past, and this is also a money card. But this points to the fact that, yes, there is a lot, that I think could not even be brought up during the trial. I think we all know that. But these two cards basically are saying, oh yeah, there's some hurt, there's some misgiving, and it looks like maybe even foul play. I'll let that open for interpretation. So just final thoughts. Things can change rapidly. So from the time that you see this, I do believe that the jury is ready. The deliberations are about over, and they're ready because I think they want the weekend free and next week free. So that's the way it's pointing right now. Now, in the morning, if someone has a bellyache and they can't show up, or they have a question overnight or something, this can change. So remember, this type of reading can change, and it's based on free will and maybe what can happen. But this is the direction that it is leading to. Now, I'm going to get one final card, one final word. And boy, did you see that? They're not final. There's two. I'm going to let them there just for a second. One, we need a final message. A final message. And what is it? That is the Fool card. Now, nobody's the fool here. But oh boy, did you see that dog? And what did I just say? Want to find out how he passed away? Do you see what that dog looks like? I've got chills right now. This Fool doesn't mean that you're just not paying attention. It means that you're ready to wipe the slate clean. And you can't see it in this card, but in this bag, it shows on the side that there is a phoenix, the bird that rises from the ashes, wiping the slate clean, just like this death card, putting things behind. Now let's see what these two cards are. The Moon, which is a Pisces card. I want to show you something, my darlings. The Moon and the Knight of Cups. This Knight of Cups is bringing news, and look how peaceful it looks. Could this be tying in with this Nine of Cups? I'll let you interpret that. Peaceful news based on not only emotion, but on the hard facts. One more thing, and then I'm going to let you go. And I appreciate you being here so much. The Death card. Do you remember we were talking about the gates of heaven? This card is a Scorpio card, by the way. This card is a water sign also, which is a Scorpio. But do you see that? Do you see that? And do you see the little dogs? It's amazing how that comes out, isn't it? But do you see the correlation between this and this? The gates of heaven. That means striving for a particular goal, striving for a particular outcome. Even this little crusty guy down here who's can't really think of things. Sorry, buddy. But it shows a dog and a wolf and this little lobster crusty guy. The gates of heaven. We'll see tomorrow, my friends. And in the meantime, stay tuned because YouTube has another video they want you to take a look at. I'll be here. We're going to see what happens. And the next reading we do, I want to see if we can get a message from John, Officer John. You be well. Stay focused. And tomorrow's another day. Bye for now.